podcast.
This is not a 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 podcast. This is not a podcast.
This is not a podcast.
This is not a podcast.
This is not a podcast, but it's a broadcast on IG and YouTube to make y'all laugh. To make y'all laugh.
That's some real life shit.
To make y'all laugh.
Y'all already know what the fuck it is. It's your boy Holly Boogs.
It's your boy Watts.
Yep, it's your boy Grizzly Green,
And this is not a podcast.
We got a special guest over here, Aaron Watson.
My boy A, Aaron Watson,
Yes.
aka the Taylor Rock Star.
Let's
You
go.
already know.
Look at the drip he got
well,
already.
Yo, super drifting.
Yo, as soon as he walked in, I want to change my outfit.
Yo,
instantly.
super drip. I try to front like I got some fashion shit. Then I was like, damn, bro, this shit don't even do now. I got a white tee with a sweater over. Damn, bro.
He looked at us and was like,
Yo,
It's really not.
You guys can use
not
help.
it,
You see, you
not
guys
it.
can use some help, man. It's lucky I'm here.
So whoever's watching and you want help in dressing,
That's your man to see,
My
man.
man
Come
right
and
here.
say today, man. I feel like our next show, we're going to be way flyer, bro.
No. We're going to a shore.
Oh,
we look good. We look good.
Yo,
My man.
we're not gonna shout out the. No?
Oh,
Yeah,
So-
man.
Yo, shout out to 7-Eleven for that big gold
Man,
pause.
shout out to 7-Eleven.
Pause.
Also, wait, hold up, Bug.
Pause.
You might have to stand up and shoot. We got to give
Nah,
a
I'm
shout
not
out.
standing
We
up.
got to give a shout out to the
No, I'm not standing up.
the Dimes and Slimes, man, with the
feel
Not a
me?
Podcast T-shirts,
You heard?
man. We're
Shout
gonna have
out
that
to-
merch out soon.
merch coming
Shout out
out
to
soon.
Issa. You already know,
Hold on.
man.
I might need one of
Good
those.
looking,
I might need
100%.
he might need to design it.
Yo, we gotta get it. Ooh, figure it up a little bit.
We can do something.
Alright.
We can do something.
Yo, but Dimes and Slimes, man, you already know. We
Let's go.
appreciate you.
Let's
man.
go.
Thank you. Let's go.
Yo,
All right, so we about to
Let's
kick
do
it
it,
off.
man.
We
Let's
about to
get
kick it
into-
off.
let's get
Holly,
into
what
it.
we talking
so
about
what's
right
up with my boy Elon?
Yo,
man?
Young Lonnie.
Your boy, bro.
Young
Yo, that's why I ain't going front. Yo, I fuck with Elon. Yo,
That's your boy, man. Your man
Yo,
is
listen,
losing money though.
your
bro.
man, he lost 800 billion.
in 3 months.
Ooh.
800 billion in 3 months. That shit is ridiculous to even think that happens. And
You can lose that.
and you still
You're
like
rich, you're still on.
still
Like,
chilling. Like, all right, yo, whatever. Like,
Watts.
damn, took a L.
Doesn't even bother me.
Yo, 800. It was 800 billion.
800 billion.
That's actually pretty crazy. I'm
That
not
is
gonna lie.
crazy, bro.
in 3 months.
3 months
In
ago.
three
I think-
months.
3
Because
months.
if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I might be wrong, but I don't know if I know Apple's worth $1 trillion.
Okay.
I don't know if
but
Tesla,
Tesla, okay.
was up there.
Okay.
So that's a lot.
I mean,
but,
but even Tesla's up there as a trillion.
That's
800
almost a
billion is
trillion.
Still
It's a
a lot,
trillion,
right? Facts. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, bro.
but we're talking to the richest person on the planet a few times.
But
in
remember,
our life,
it's
In our life.
but is it money or is it stock? Even though
Right,
it's the
or
same
like
thing.
stock
Yeah.
equals money, but
I
it's
get
the
it.
stock is going down.
But he still got money.
it's not liquid.
right?
It's not liquid. But
It's not liquid,
So he's living off of stocks.
I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna tell you, man. You know, Tesla is I got stocks in Tesla,
Yo,
and this shit is going
yo,
down. This shit don't
Elon,
look good,
young
bro.
Elon.
This shit don't look good.
Young Lonnie,
Young Lonnie, what's
Lonnie,
up?
man.
what up, Lonnie?
You gotta get your shit together, bro.
Fucking with
Listen,
Trump.
They still have enough to keep the ship afloat.
100%, yo. When you lose 800 billion, it's still okay.
and you still selling cars and shit.
You're doing great. You're doing good, bro.
God damn.
It's coming up with random
Yeah.
shit, chilling
But
in the White
you know
House.
what's crazy about that is a lot of people are damaging Tesla cars
No, I was just about to say that.
randomly.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it.
Nah, I want to get
into it. This is what we're here for, baby.
I
This
need
is not a
someone to get
podcast.
into
Go
it.
ahead,
Get
man.
into
No,
it.
Hey, yo.
no, because
Pause.
I also know people with Teslas, right? And there's been some stuff happening. So it's pretty crazy. But it questions what's happening that's bringing in this,
The
bringing
stocks
people
down.
to this point. Is it just the stocks or?
Well, it's
Right. He said,
So,
Adley, is it just stocks or is
Hold
it
on.
like?
well,
There you go.
all right.
Before they cut us.
So-
hold on. Before they cut us.
Yeah. So the thing that's happening with him is a lot of people are not liking that he's a part of the Doge government shit.
Yeah.
And he's looking into the government and he's trying to cut
He
this,
found
that,
money.
and the
He
third.
found money.
He did, but a lot of people don't like that. They're saying that he's letting more people off. You know? So the dumbest shit about that, right? Let me tell you guys the dumbest shit about that
Yeah.
is there's people that spent hundreds of thousands, well, $100,000 or more for a Cybertruck,
Yeah.
and then they like burn it down.
Just to show.
Idiot.
I'll show you.
It's
I'll
your
show
own
you.
money.
I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna burn it.
I'll show you. Yeah, that's that.
Imagine that. You buy a house and you don't care about the realtor that sold you the house, and you want to protest him, so you burn down their house.
Right.
Dumb shit.
Idiot.
Nobody is
shit.
going to be living here.
Yeah, right.
No one for the rest of their life.
Prove a
No one's
point.
gonna.
I'm gonna prove a point.
No, I'm gonna show you.
Dumbass.
The wildest protesting ever.
The wildest protesting ever.
That's ridiculous.
That's Boog's boy.
Lonnie.
That's my boy, Young Lonnie. Young Lonnie.
Yo,
Listen, man.
What do you think about that, though? What do you think?
overall, like, you know what I'm saying? You feel like it's warranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them to be processed on him and just basically they want him to lose his money, man. I don't even understand.
I mean, it's one of those situations where it's like, I get it. It's extreme.
right?
Yes.
But I guess I also understand where the frustrations come from. Like,
You can
a lot
understand
of
that.
a lot of people, like, this is their livelihood, right? Like, who do I push for? Like, who do I support? What things do I invest in, right? So whether it be Teslas or whatever the case may be, I've invested to some extent. Some people even have stock.
Yeah.
They're plummeting.
Yeah, they are. They're going down.
But you've
bro.
got them. You
But
know
you
what I
hold,
mean?
we hold it tight.
You're
boys.
hoping for a good
Hey,
day.
yo.
You know what I mean? We hoping it comes back poor.
Who you holding, yo?
Tesla, man. Come on,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
Young Lonnie.
Young Lonnie.
Young Lonnie.
Get into the stocks, man.
But
Listen, man.
again, I understand the frustrations, right? Some people will take it to that extreme, depending on, you know. But
Would you burn down your house if you
I'm
want
not
to protest
doing that.
somebody?
No. Certified, I'm not doing
I'm
that.
not doing
There's
that.
no way.
So
Thank
make
you.
sure.
that's not happening.
We appreciate your
Yeah.
you're using your
Your
logic.
logic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Being a
crazy.
normal person, right?
Facts, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. No, no, no.
That's just crazy,
Yo.
man.
It's extreme.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to jump into,
Yeah,
man.
go
I know
ahead.
you're into fashion, man.
Obviously. Man, it's out.
Yeah,
Fire.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. yo.
Damn,
I
man.
appreciate
Joe
you.
Streets.
I think every single thread that hangs down is calculated.
I'm not gonna lie to some extent.
It is, right?
No. To some extent,
It's
you might be
symmetry,
right.
symmetry.
Right. It's very proportioned.
Very proportionate.
That's a
All
good
right.
one.
So what about the Kanye hooded tan KKK
The swastikas and all that shit.
with the
What you think about
swastika, the KKK jumpsuit that you about to sell soon?
For $20.
Here's the thing, right?
What do you think about that?
I'm gonna be transparent with you.
Okay.
Truthfully, like, there's certain things, like, there's, to what extent will you go, right? Like, when it comes to those conversations, I'm really kind of one of those guys where it's like, you want to stay just involved enough to know what's happening, right?
Of course.
And know what's going on, to also know best way to navigate, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
But outside of that, it's just like, I'm transparently not interested in whatever it is that you choose to do, because that's your choice.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's always, you want to get into conspiracies.
Right.
That's always
Please,
between you
I
and
need
a,
someone
listen.
talking conspiracy.
That's always between you and a being that I have no control over. Or
Always.
probably a fraction of an understanding, truthfully.
Right.
So
real talk.
Facts.
no, whatever it is that aligns with you, right? You dissect it. You
So
filter
what do
it.
you think about that though? Did you
I don't
see
agree.
it or no?
I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Right. I don't.
Is that
I don't-
fashion or is it just
No,
wild
no, no,
shit?
no. I think that's wild shit.
Shock value shit.
No. I think that when you get into a certain space, there's the how do you navigate, right?
Yeah.
It's never really gonna parallel with the everyday person and how they would navigate. So it's not gonna make any sense. But most importantly, when you go from a moral standpoint, it's just like there's certain boundaries that you don't cross, and there's no message that intricate or that deep as to where you have to question morale.
Right.
Yeah.
Drop a bomb on
That's
that
a big
one.
fact.
Drop
Yeah,
a bomb on
that's a
that one. Drop a bomb. Hell yeah.
And it's crazy. I was about to bring that JFK up.
The JFK,
we in conspiracy, right? Conspiracy theory hour?
Open the door.
Did you see about the JFK files?
See about the JFK file? They opened up the JFK files.
I mean, another thing.
Yeah.
Let's
Another
go. Let's
thing,
talk
like-
about it.
For you to tell me that right now, that's news. I
Yeah.
can have a conversation of like, tell me more, what happened, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also no surprise.
Zero surprise.
Zero.
Yeah.
No surprise, because there's a large list of things that are happening.
Are
that you have
happening
no
coming
clue
out.
Yeah.
Facts. That's true.
And the crazy part about it is there's no real factual evidence that the CIA did the crime
Right.
at all.
Mm.
Everyone is speculating,
Right.
saying, "Oh, because they say this, they might have did it, or they knew about it, or they didn't. They failed to prevent it."
Right. And the question
And then-
is too. Yeah. Before that.
No.
No, I would say where did the files come from? Like all of a sudden the file, like who knows how accurate these files are, where they came from, who bring them up. You can't really, like, it's just so much shit, so much things you can't trust.
There's
like,
so much wiggle room.
Right, they could tell you whatever. Like how we know that's really, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so much.
Who's in charge of it, right?
Who's in charge? Like on the side, like you said, how much
There, my
drop
boy
the
downstairs
files.
in the 60th room in the White House.
The board,
My boy downstairs.
He found it. He was filing shit. It's just like, oh shit,
that was it.
JFK
That was-
file.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I always felt like, and some people have had conversations about it, but I always felt like if it reaches the point where we're from the masses aware of it, it's been tweaked already.
Right.
Oh yeah,
It has to be.
They already know. They're not gonna tell us
Super.
the whole truth.
They even shot a whole. Supposedly, it was a whole video, a different video that they gave the America to see.
I believe
instead of-
that.
Yeah. All of
They
again,
controlled
all of
that. That day was controlled. That whole
They
day.
control
You know what I
everything.
mean?
They control everything.
And I mean they is the powers that be that we always spoke about.
That we still-
I said that with conviction, right? They. But you know what's crazy though is that today, outside of the CIA building in Virginia, there was an active shooter.
Yeah, he told us this earlier.
It was literally probably like
not even an hour,
Yeah,
hour,
like
a couple hours.
a couple
ago.
hours ago.
Oh wow!
Active shooter. So I think that has something to do with the files that dropped.
Right.
Because you know, there's people out there, they're crazy.
100%.
They see that and go, "Oh, the
So
CIA
they
trying
said
to
that it
kill
was
me now."
a sniper that shot him from far. Then now they saying it's the driver or the person that was in the car that shot.
I seen a video. Looks like somebody
He
doing
literally
that.
shot.
Man got
So-
he
so
got the
that-
gun with the turn.
Yeah, yeah.
The nozzle that
the
turns around.
The U gun, but shit like
Yeah.
That's a cartoon shit, right?
Listen, but you know, if he
Jesus
was a
Christ.
part of an enforcement, he
Yeah.
had to know how to do that.
right,
But it's just the control of the day that
right.
They
They're gonna-
they made us think someone from far
Alright.
took him out.
Right.
At the purest example, the smallest example, we have this podcast, right? We could put out whatever anyone wants to hear. Well, whatever we want them to
Don't
hear.
say it, right.
You think at a higher scale that the government's not doing that?
100% agree. 100% agree.
Exactly.
Right?
100%.
They show
You
us
make
what we want to
clothes.
see.
You put out whatever you want.
right. It's
You're not going to show all the shit that you don't like.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about perspective.
all about
All about
Perspective.
And like you said, they control the media, they control everything. So it's easy to
Listen,
influence people.
The same
about
thing with
whatever.
the Martin Luther King shooting.
And that's coming out
Even
next. They say.
even who was it? Abraham Lincoln. That they shot him
I
inside
don't
the
think
movie
they got
theater?
fouls on that shit.
Yeah, but look at that.
They got
You
that
heard?
video.
Shit burnt.
They got that
Yo,
HD
think
video.
about it, yo.
Shoot. They got that
Yeah.
HD video. 4K.
I bet you they'll find something. They'll find something.
4K video. Like what? How the hell? How
He
you get it
said,
4K?
Give us a second. Let us talk to some people. I think we've got something from.
Right.
Just in.
breaking news. Breaking news.
Right. We
Yeah.
pulled this up.
Nah, so Abe, so Aaron,
Yes.
get into your stuff. So, a little bit about you, you know, for the viewers that don't know, just give us a little background of where you're from and like what you got
Who
going on.
is
and stuff.
Aaron
Who is
Watson?
Aaron Watson, the tailored rock star.
Transparently, this is probably the only time that I've maybe answered that question on a platform
Oh, okay.
for a group of people.
Exclusive.
No, yeah.
Okay, so we getting something different.
No, something different. But no, transparently, I've worked in this space for a while, the fashion space, entertainment space. For
How
a
did
while.
that look?
It looked different on a number of different platforms. I think that there was, as you know, there's always levels to it, right? So,
Levels to everything.
you got your entry level, you know,
Mm-hmm.
how that journey started. Would you get into which way that you navigate? I started as a model. I was given
Light flex. My bad. So you know I look good.
No, absolutely not. It's opportunity.
Get it? Yeah. Got it.
You got it. Yeah,
It was bothering me the whole time.
Yo,
yo.
like I gotta get you there.
I'm there. I'm
I
like,
can't have the
I'm
whole,
thinking
the whole
my
shit.
man Watts was gonna throw
I
the
got you.
alley-oop.
I got
Nah,
you.
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
set
got
me
it.
up. That
I
set
got
me
it.
up. I
Damn it.
appreciate
I
you.
got
Yo, they let y'all rock though for a minute.
Yeah,
Nah, man.
We like 20 minutes in.
They said wait till the end.
But yeah, back into you. Back into you.
Let him finish, then we tell him.
Right. He said the whole time I've been wanting to say something to
He
you.
said it been bothering me. It been bothering me too.
You're right.
I didn't say you was but I say, yo, man, you got the
Nah,
shit
he
there,
looked
man.
out. He looked out. No, but yeah, that's that was entry for me. And again, I'm like yourself. That's why I kind of was like, oh, you see, being inquisitive, right? Wanting to
Always.
know, wanting to learn,
I wanna
wanting
know
to
shit.
grow. That's kind of how I was from young, right? I'm the oldest of, you know what I mean. So that's a natural thing, but learning and navigating, figuring it out. working the retail space, understanding that
Oh
business.
shit! I didn't even think about that though.
No,
Yo,
that's,
man.
that's a big
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Probably work retail, see what people shop,
Listen,
trends.
man, me and my boy Ari, we met at Club Monaco, bro. We was at the Stockholm. We was working at the Stockholm together, man. That's
You
how
work,
it
you
is,
work
man.
for Club Monaco?
Yeah, man.
In Garden State?
Yeah.
Nah,
No,
the city, 7th Street. Shout out to Club Monaco,
Oh,
bro.
shit. Yeah.
That's how,
Monaco.
that's how we met. Stock boys.
Yes,
Facts.
yes, yes.
Monaco.
Monaco.
You know what I mean?
Monaco.
And you meet. Listen, a lot of people have a perspective. Again, we spoke about that. A lot of people have a perspective about the retail space, what
Yeah.
it looks like, and it's this thing. You can make a really good living for yourself in the space transparently if you're actually
Yeah.
investing in being good at what you do, just like anything else.
Yeah. So I work retail. I'm a store manager at my retail space. I'm not gonna say it because
oh.
So I do retail. I've been doing retail
Love
my
that.
whole life.
Love
yeah.
that. So you know.
I- Trust me, I know how it goes.
You know.
Facts.
But
Yeah.
that's
out to
that's that. You know.
Shout out to,
To the
your-
boys.
To your job. Shout out to your
Shout
job.
out to them boys.
Right. He said it's a plug.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that was again just navigating the journey. The goal always was to understand what it looks like to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Solidify long term. You speak to like generational wealth, and,
Of course.
and creating something long term. So that was always the goal. So learning everything with understanding of where you want to be.
Yo, drop a bomb. Man.
Drop some gems, big facts.
I want to make a shirt that says that.
So right now you got on what's that? The RTA?
RTA.
RTA brand. You want
Yes.
to tell us a little bit about RTA?
What does RTA mean?
Man.
Because I was asking him.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know,
Yeah.
but RTA stands for Road to All.
Okay.
Road to All.
Okay.
Road to all.
Shout out to RTA.
Shout out to RTA.
And what does that mean to you? That phrase.
I think that, and I did something where I really got into it a little more, but Road to All is really just speaking to, again, journey, right? What does that look like? Your most optimal self, the best version of yourself, growing, navigating. Everyone's journey looks different, but if that's your goal long term,
Yeah.
you can understand some of those key moments that everyone just kind of goes through. So I think that it speaks to that, and everyone can find that. I know I can, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
I think we all can find that.
Absolutely, 100%. That's why it's good. It's good. It's the RTA, just the brand. From what you told us right now, it makes sense because again, everybody can relate to it.
Right.
It's something that
Right.
everybody can pick
Right.
up to.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
And then
shout
if you
out to
go into
RTA.
the store, to your point, there is something for everybody. You know what I mean? You can walk
Absolutely.
in there and say, okay, maybe I wouldn't do that, but this I love. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so forth.
So my other question that I want to ask, what's your inspiration behind your designing? Like, what's your thought process behind it? And why would you make the clothes you make?
right. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's almost a cheat code.
Oh, shit, okay.
No.
Hold on, you recording?
Yeah, record it.
All right.
Make sure you
I'ma
write.
find out
yeah,
right
record
now.
This, yo.
Hold on.
Timestamp.
Yeah, timestamp with it.
It's almost a cheat code because, okay, right. Throughout the retail space,
Yeah.
I've worked for a number of different brands, right? My goal was always to want to work behind or understand the structure of one that is
Little
probably
closer,
one
little
of it's probably one of oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, way better. See the difference, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to
They
take
got
the
to wait
people,
to
but
wait to the end of the show for that, guys.
you're like, well, the best thing I ever said was.
Right. Right. That's
So we need the jewelry to be heard by the
that's
people.
the segment for the day.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. If you think about business, right? Like you would want to initially, like you're not going to be perfect in knowing everything, but you would initially want to know enough to structure and foundation you to be able to actually go from a healthy place with every relationship that you approach. Same thing long term. Like even if I'm going to approach the retail space, okay, what's my goal long term? And how can I allow this to groom that so
Yeah.
I have all of the necessities to actually build and mold that when I'm ready to kind of step into that field. So yeah.
That is fire.
Yeah, it was fire,
With
but
that-
I want to.
Yeah.
I still want to get to. So, what inspires you in your fashion? What kind? Actually, what I would say, what do you call your fashion? What type of fashion would you
Tailored
call it?
Rockstar,
Yeah.
man. We talking about send
Right.
the name.
Right,
I'm
but I was trying to let him drop that, bro.
I'm gonna speak to it. For me, the tailored rock star, it speaks to the broader perspective about life.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Life itself is multi-dimensional. right?
Always. Nah, I fucks with him, yo. He's
Yeah.
talking that shit. I want to talk. Go ahead.
I love that shit, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I love that. I love that genuinely. But this is truth. Like, there's multiple dimensions of it. So even with my approach from a fashion perspective, I'm going to give you a number of different looks, right? They're going to look different ways, right? One might be extremely tailored and precise and clean, right? Another one might be more of an edgier style, right? There's a little risks that are being taken there. That speaks to another point of myself and the perspective that I can deliver, even visually. Right. So that's why I think that fashion is such a well-performing space, because people are able to kind of tell a story, right?
It's open for interpretation.
It's open for interpretation, right?
At all times.
But you get to create that, you know what I mean?
That conversation.
Like, you get to create that. You can put yourself together. And that's also why there's room for people like stylists and personal shoppers and wardrobe revampers and designers, etc. Because there's so many people that, whether they don't have the time or the skill, they're willing to invest in somebody who's spent so much time
into
in that field.
crafting how to create a look for you, and create a moment for you, and create a situation. So
Which
How do you go about before?
No, I was gonna
how
say-
do you go about styling somebody, right? Like
I was gonna ask
what
that,
gives
my
you
man.
what gives you the I guess the motivation, or just the like seeing somebody and knowing, all right, this looks gonna work for you.
is it off the person or
Yeah.
off of what you think the trend is?
I think that it can be either or it can be both, right? Like, you can be inspired to see a person or get a visual for something and say, okay, I know
this
how
will
I
work,
can bring
yeah.
that to life, and I see that working. Let's kind
Yeah.
of go for that. Or you can really just kind of see a person, right, and say that this is the look that I want to create for you. But I think to your point and your question, what separates stylists and really, really good stylists is the people who are able to understand the person,
I was gonna
and
say that.
reinvent their look as to where it's most suitable, most fitting, all of the things.
Right.
You
So
know?
you kind of just take it what they got and just maximizing it, as opposed to
Absolutely.
just
Whether-
starting off with
Whether it
Absolutely.
could be like bigger shoulders or like they're a little taller. and-
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
I'm
got to
gonna
build
give
off of that.
you
Yeah,
Best
The best
case
of you.
scenario
for you.
for you.
Yeah, for you.
God
Fire.
damn.
Yo.
That's fire. Yo.
Gems, the boys dropping gems, bro. Boy,
Yeah, that's fire, yo.
Taylor
That's
Rockstar,
definitely fire.
right? Don't forget, man. This is not
Taylor
a
Rockstar.
podcast.
Hopefully, we could add Taylor Rockstar right around here, right?
No.
We do that?
We can.
100%.
Right there.
100%.
Wait. Hold on. You got it.
Yeah,
Right here.
boys are right there. It's gonna be right there.
Right there.
Yeah,
There you go. That's where it's at.
You know?
yeah. So
But yeah.
yeah. Wow, what you got for me, Al? I know you be.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
me out.
Go ahead, man.
I don't want to jump back into
He want
conspiracy
to talk about
theory.
space and shit, man.
No,
Go ahead,
listen,
man.
we gay.
Hey, I'll talk about the drones in New Jersey. Nah, we're not
Nah,
gonna
we
do that.
already
But-
got that.
All right, so who was your inspiration, and what age were you when you realized that this is what I want to do? Because you worked in retail, and obviously you seen that avenue, you seen how people shop, trends, and all this other stuff. But how old were you when you realized that I want to create my own brand and my own clothing and take a risk on if it's gonna sell or not, or if it looks good or not? What age were you? Like, what was your inspiration behind that?
So crazy thing, some people, it's one of those like, if you know situations.
Okay.
I actually had a brand before.
Okay, I didn't know that.
When I was
Remember,
when I was younger, I was probably like around, I had to have been maybe like 18, 19,
Okay,
somewhere around there. I had this brand. It did really well. But I knew from early on that I wanted to do that. Like something, and I just genuinely feel it's being gifted.
right.
Right. But I just see certain things, right? You kind of know, when you know, that's what kind of create those people who are deemed greats, right?
Yeah.
The ability to just on the spot and reoccurringly, not just once, but more
Constantly,
than
Right.
once.
Anybody can get lucky. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can get
yeah,
lucky.
Anybody can get lucky. Facts.
But when those people create like formulas,
yeah.
so there's formulas.
Cheat
to it.
code. The
Yeah, of
cheat code.
course.
The cheat code.
absolutely.
Yeah, the cheat
But
code.
that's why people write the books,
Yeah,
tell the stories,
set the bars. Yeah. So
blueprint.
when did you know that, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do completely, and I'm gonna put my ideas out, and I'm that confident in myself to put my envision of fashion out?
I feel like I knew, and I feel like most people know, but I knew when it was something that I couldn't stop thinking about.
Okay.
It
Makes
doesn't
sense.
matter
Makes
at what
sense.
point in time in life that I couldn't stop thinking about
He
it.
was judging mad people like, yo,
Yeah.
outfit trash.
No, so yeah, you know, to get to that too. Were you like, even when you were younger, let's say like even, you know, middle school, like were you one of them guys, you know, people that like prom or even, you know, anything like that, like it's time to go out, family get-togethers, you was super always fresh, like extra, you know, extra to the T,
Yeah.
not just like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? And it's funny because I've actually been thinking about this. I'm gonna be honest with you, like most of us, I didn't come up like having a lot of nothing.
That was gonna be my question. Did you
So-
put together whatever you had?
So when you don't have a lot, it forces you to really
some
get
shit.
creative.
Yeah.
At least if that's something that you're focused on.
Right.
You care about appearance and et cetera, et cetera. You work with what you have, and sometimes you also create new and reinvent new. So I think that when you start with that, it also at some point in time shifts in having this ability that is just a little more refined for you in a way, because you're looking at so many different things, because you've had to look at so many different things in certain ways.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
I fuck with him.
Yeah.
I fuck with him.
I always felt like I was alright.
Nah,
I was dope.
fresh. Nah,
Yeah.
I was a fresh nigga in high school.
When I see my man walking, I was like,
God damn.
Maybe not as fresh as you thought he was.
alright.
Nah.
And the times was different back, you know.
Yeah,
It was
you know,
jerseys.
He's talking
big
about now, but
jerseys.
he's talking about today.
I'm talking about today.
Oh, damn. I think he's talking about like
He's talking about
back
right
then.
now,
Well, at least my girl liked the way I dress.
That's all that matters. No, that's all that matters. That's
He
all
said,
that
"Yo,
matters.
my
Shit.
sneakers got green. I got a green jacket. Like I thought that was
He's
good."
looking
bro.
like so amateur. Green and green matching. Ridiculous. That's so 2009.
Right. That's
Yo, that's
funny.
It's an
funny.
off
I feel
green.
mad judged by it.
No.
He mad
No
fresh.
judgment. Always parallel to Planet Fitness. No judgment. Judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone.
Yo, that's
Nah, I
funny.
was talking shit.
So like I think Al mentioned this earlier too. What are some inspirations like maybe now, maybe not even growing up too, but like right now, like what do you? What's fashion going now? What are some things?
Yeah, what's
that
the
out
trends?
now?
What's the trends? Like,
yeah,
where's it leading, or where you want to take it?
yeah.
I feel like, again, and I kind of feel like it circles the conversation we've been having so far. It's very, very open to perspective right now. Like,
All right, so
there's
we just need some direct answers.
no, of course.
He's like,
And I think
say the same question.
I think that it's giving, and what I mean by that is it's giving many designers and even new designers a space to bring to the table a new perspective,
Yeah, got you.
right? Let's actually see how many different perspectives you can showcase, right? And I think
that's
that
true.
it's also allowing, that's why you see so many designers, like even the model space, right? It's not what it was maybe 15, 20 years ago.
True.
You know what I mean? Like the approach, if you were to intro into becoming a model, isn't what it is
Right.
or what it was.
Since they had you, shit went down, right?
And
Not
it's like
about
no,
me.
even like you said, like it's not even like supermodels anymore. You know, it's like used to be supermodel.
I know what you-
now
nah,
it's just
I
like
know exactly
No,
what
here's the
you're saying.
thing. Here's the thing. To an extent, there still is, right? Because you do have those people that are able to fulfill a look on a very broad perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? You just fill the void for that look in a number of different spaces. So you just will do successful as a model.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Got it. All right, he debunked my shit. I guess they're all supermodels.
There's a whole
So
bunch
wait.
of them everywhere.
Now I'm gonna go again, and I hate to ask the same question twice, but how about some inspirations? The inspirations.
Yeah, he
That's what I
hasn't
want.
said it yet. He hasn't said it yet.
So
Yeah.
inspirational.
Unless you don't want to.
No. Inspirational wise, okay. So when you speak to inspiration, are you speaking from a designer
Yeah.
perspective?
I
So-
want to know.
I want to hear
So-
designer
so-
and big brain.
Okay, cool. So as a designer, I think inspirations will always be, I love Tom Brown.
Okay.
Who that?
That's
Yeah, put
fine.
me on.
See, but that's what I'm saying.
Nah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
No,
I knew
wanna
he was
know.
gonna say
Yeah.
some stuff
I know.
that was
No.
like,
I love Tom Brown. Tom Brown is it would be considered classic high-end fashion,
Okay.
but also to an extent couture.
Okay.
Right?
Couture. Okay.
but they've also created a market for it as to where, with it being Couture and Runway, they're still showcasing everyday pieces.
Okay.
And as a brand, speaking to business and brand, whenever you're able to create lifestyle, something that parallels with someone and how they choose to visually represent their life,
Yeah, every day.
it's long-term business, right?
Right.
So
That's true.
Tom Brown, definitely a huge influence. And then even looking at like larger brands,
Big
right?
brand, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, you can call it what you will.
Okay.
But I will always. Damn, I had to. People are sensitive, so I don't
Yeah,
even
no,
really.
man.
I don't.
Say this is not a podcast.
I know where it's
man.
going, man.
Yes, it's
I already
not a
know.
podcast.
I know
But-
you
Say whatever you want, man.
Easy. Yeah.
Zara's great.
Oh.
Zara.
Zara has become extremely successful at what they do.
I like Zara, yo.
I fuck
really
with these jeans I got on right now
Zara.
from Zara.
These are Zara. No, these are not
These are
Zara.
for Zara.
Zara.
I fuck with Zara.
Zara. Let's
Zara
hold
jeans.
on. Wait.
Right now.
I don't want to even be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Let's put RTA there.
Okay.
Let's
Oh, shout out to RTA,
No.
of course.
There you go.
Of course.
let's just make sure, because again, and I don't want this to be a thing, but
Yeah.
with the brand, another one, it fills a void, right?
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
There's a number of different transitions and conversations happening when you walk in the store.
Everybody can eat,
Right.
man. Everybody can eat, man. Everybody eats, man.
So Tom Brown, I love Zara, mainstream. If you want to just get something, live life vicariously, don't overthink it.
I like the color palette too that they be having.
And the quality is not bad.
It's
Right.
not bad at all.
Quality is not bad. Yeah.
Our last episode I had the Zara button up.
Yo,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, 100%.
Shout out to Zara, baby.
Yo, I do not get
If
text.
you listening,
Yo, yeah.
oh, so that's our another
That's an unofficial sponsor.
unofficial
Under low.
sponsor, Zara.
Wow.
What up?
And RTA, man. Don't forget
And
RTA, man.
the big gulp, 7-Eleven,
Pause.
pause.
Yeah, pause that big
I
gulp.
said pause. I said pause.
Sometimes you still don't matter.
Yo,
bro.
I said
That shit be
pause.
too crazy.
The big gulp.
Yo, Bugs, you got,
Pause.
you got
said
the
it again.
artificial ice. How that shit still didn't melt?
You said
Yo,
it again.
wow.
Yo, that shit been going for
like 5 hours.
Yo,
Yeah,
this
that
is still
going.
going. Yo, shout out to
Shit,
7-Eleven.
you got the coldest drink on earth. Pause. That's crazy. That's wild.
It was good ice.
All right.
So
Yeah, that's good ice. Good ice.
so right now, what you got going? So anything going on in the future that we could look forward with you going on? I know you
Absolutely.
style people and stuff. What you guys think? So let us know something.
Yeah,
about
let's
that.
talk about all that.
No, yeah, I think that here's the thing. I think that at this place, and we all kind of navigate the journey, but at this place, it's important to understand the business of things. So my focal point, definitely, I've spent a lot of time doing creative direction. I've operated a small operation doing like wardrobe revamp, styling, creative spaces, creating those services. So those would definitely be things that I spend more time tapping into. Like, we're definitely working with some really good clients right now. And just even with RTA, like, in the role that I stand in, my focal point is to create an energy with the brand, right?
Yeah,
We
hell
produce
yeah.
a great product, which they do an amazing job at, but let's involve the culture
Gotcha.
in a, I ain't gonna lie, you know the turtle, the turtle guy,
Yeah.
in a real way.
Arrow the Public.
In a real way.
Yeah. Arrow the Public dude.
In a real way, yeah.
right,
You know what I mean? Let's involve in culture in a real
dope.
way, because these are the people that spend their lives to support us. These are the people that, in a real way, show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's have that conversation and let's get a brand on that level involved in that conversation.
So as a creative mind, are you pushing the culture or you're creating the culture?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the culture pushes itself.
Okay.
I don't have the power to push the culture. The only thing is that I can follow suit, join conversation, and stand for something.
And still create your own
Amongst
The
that
culture. Nice.
You
Well
feel me?
said.
Good answer, man. You like Press Strange, my man. You got some good
He
answers,
said
man.
fresh trade.
Yo, for real, BD, you got a media coach, bro. Guys, what do you think, man? I like it.
Yo, his HR is
Yo, crazy.
ridiculous.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not HR. What is it? PR. Your PR is ridiculous.
HR.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. I'm
He
thinking
said we're
about my
making
shit.
the other call.
Yeah, my bad. I might have snitched on somebody.
It's all good.
I have actually a little controversial question. Maybe it could be, but
Okay.
you don't have to answer if you don't want
No,
to.
no, of course.
Are there anybody? Is there anybody like when you go? Well, because I know you dealt with some higher end clients and like styled them or whatever. Is there anybody that you style that they don't want to be known that they're getting styled? Like they want to act like it's their own style,
That's a
and they
good
don't
question.
say anything like I didn't go to a stylist. Like they would just they don't want to give you the credit for it. You know
I
what I'm
would
saying?
think that a lot of people wouldn't, but they should. He deserves his
Right.
flowers.
So I
So
wonder
here's the
if
thing.
if that's the thing.
I think that a lot of times, and I've had this conversation in different ways, but I think a lot of times the goal is to present a quality and work ethic in a way that can't be duplicated.
Okay.
Unmatched.
That's why so many brands and people and talents, they become successful because they find a way where they can create a sound, a look, a something that it can't be duplicated.
Right. But do they tell you no? Don't say nothing.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So they're okay.
I like how he doesn't answer completely.
He's a
he leaves you
politician.
open.
He's a politician, bro.
Open for interpretation.
You're a politician, bro.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a politician. It's all good though. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I fuck with it.
but no.
But he
like,
still answers it.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
yeah, he
Like,
answers it.
No, like the real answer is no. Like it's never really been a situation, but because again, there's still credibility that's attached to that.
Absolutely.
Right? So when the credibility is there, you want to showcase and communicate that I've
This is
worked.
who
No,
did
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Right, right.
You
I
know
did
what
that,
I mean?
yeah.
I did
Like
that. Right, right.
this is who I worked with. I actually have a piece from them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I got the new Jordans that dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like I got those. You know what I'm saying? Like so with certain things you want to definitely again provide that level of something where
Yeah. And your flowers always people need their flowers.
Right,
man.
right.
You need to like
Of course.
if you do something that's great, you should definitely
Get
get,
the
that
credit.
love.
Always.
Yeah,
No,
but
absolutely,
you
man.
never really will. Not in a real way.
I think you should, but you could
No,
tell me
you
something
should.
different. Yeah, I
you
think
should.
yeah,
But I think that one, there's obviously so many politics.
always.
But I think that this in the life aspect of it, like this is why it makes it so valuable when you cross paths with people that either value what you do, support what you do, or encourage what you do, because the masses won't, right? Whether they relate or not, like there has to be a real life moment where they have no choice but to support the cause.
Right.
Damn.
Nah, it's true. It's like you know, almost, your job is almost kind of like selfless, right? Because you don't really when you see people, let's just go with artists, rappers, singers, whatever. If they're dressed, you don't ever hear them say like, "Oh, I was styled by the Taylor Rockstar." It's just
That's
like
what
you
I
just
meant
think
by it.
you
That's what I meant by
just
it,
think
yeah.
like, "Oh, he just got
Unless
up and did
it's
that himself."
beneficial.
Unless it's beneficial.
Unless you want
to
to say you were styled
Right.
by that person.
Like the only time I ever hear that question is, the
gala,
award
red
shows.
carpet.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like what you got on today? You know
But
what I'm
full
saying?
transparency, that's why there's so many people working so hard, because
Yeah.
they want to get
To
to,
be
that
that
point
person.
where you want to tell people that you've worked with.
All right, I got one question. Before we get
No,
into
you go. Yeah, we got one.
All right. Out of all the famous celebrity girls, who dresses the most trash?
Trash.
I think we'll go the other way. Yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see,
I'm with
let's see
all
you.
this-
Let's see you
I'm with all
politic
this
your
shit.
way on this one, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
See?
dressed-
I got a game to answer
I know
something.
exactly
Who dresses trash as a
is it?
girl? As a girl,
Let's see who is it.
who you can't stand? You're like, damn, that shit look bad.
Here's the thing.
Let's hear it.
I don't think it's about not.
Politics.
I don't think I don't think it's about not standing it. It's just clearly it needs a lot of work.
Got you, okay.
Let's hear it.
Right, because if they had the right person to work with them, they'd be in a great
killing
space.
AKA him.
I'm gonna go with Sexy Red.
Oh, okay.
Facts.
Facts.
Yeah. That's actually
Facts. She
I
needs
get it.
somebody, to help her.
No disrespect.
no, not at all.
At all.
At all.
But I really feel like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if she really visually took that whole thing to that level,
right.
got the right wardrobe, got the right style, got the right looks. Like
Even the right people
She
around
could hit a
her.
different lane too.
Right.
she could. I'm gonna be honest with you. She could be like. She might be able to be like Trina level. You feel what I'm saying? You,
Shout out to Trina.
If
Shout out to
that
Trina, bro.
makes
You don't know
sense.
that?
Nah, yeah, fact.
If that makes sense, you feel what I'm saying? Like she could do that. You know what I mean?
That's a good answer. I respect that.
That's
that
a
makes
good
sense.
one, yo.
So
Listen.
we want to get to the segment time.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
All
it.
right.
Let's do it.
So Aaron,
Yeah.
we got a favorite segment. It's Boog's famous 5 questions.
Okay.
Right?
You're in the hot seat.
You're in the hot seat. He's gonna ask you
Gotta
five
answer every
questions.
single
I knew it was toasty
And
in
give
here.
it and give us your best answers. All
Okay,
right.
cool.
He said I knew it was toasty hand.
So we're gonna ask you. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Question number 1.
So if you come, you
bro.
cut it too fast. So
cut it
if
off,
you
he cut
could
it off.
master a language, what would it be?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would probably say Mandarin.
Oh,
Mandarin.
Mandarin. Shout out to China.
Yo,
I would really probably say Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Okay. I like Mandarin oranges though, by the way. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
good one.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
good
good one.
one.
Let's go.
All
All right. Question number 2.
If you had, if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that question.
Trina, you don't know that.
He said he can go there. No, if my life had a theme song, what would it be? That's a off guard question.
Hey,
It's a great
the hot
question.
seat,
That's a
man.
great
It's the hot seat, man.
Yeah, no, it's getting warmer.
One song. Only one song.
Only one song.
The theme song, man. Life song.
Damn, that's tough.
Not to put
I
the,
feel like it would be a DMX song or something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
which one though?
Okay.
Let's get at least
Can I
one.
look at my? Can I look?
Yeah,
at my,
go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
man,
Go
DMX.
ahead.
Tag.
Yeah,
Because
man.
there's a
Nine.
specific one. Oh shit! He said we don't have a lot of
No, I'm
time.
joking. I'm
Yeah.
joking. I'm joking.
First of all, where's
Oh, you got the phone? All right, yeah. So a DMX,
DMX song is
my
cool.
guy Han?
DMX
Behind
song.
the scenes.
Shout out to Hans behind the scene, man.
He has a
Grinding. Grinding.
Yeah, it would definitely be a song. I forgot what the name of it is, but I love DMX. He's actually one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Didn't know that. Little
DMX,
tidbit.
man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. DMX, man. You're
Yo, we lost a good one. We lost a great one.
Great one.
DMX.
Shout out to
Great.
DMX. All right, question number 3.
Yes.
Who would you like to play in a movie
Ooh, if you had to.
if you had to? Big movie. Big movie. You talk about like big movie.
Damn.
Hollywood.
Who would like a person?
Like you would have to react another
Yeah.
movie.
They're like, all right, we
like
need
if I
you
was
to act this person.
play that role.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. It would probably be Mike Epps next Friday.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yo, I love it. Yo,
Let's go. I like that.
I would get into that character.
That's
You know
dope.
what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
I like that.
I would
I like
get into
that.
that
I like
character.
that.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right, question number 4.
If you could have a deep conversation with a historic figure or a fictional character, who
Look,
would
he's
it be?
thinking already.
Damn.
Let's go.
Who would it be?
Yo, when you started, before you can finish that,
You already
question,
knew it was.
You already knew.
my mind said, "Okay, go."
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Deep conversation with a historical figure or fictional character.
Wow.
Damn, that's a good question.
That's a yeah.
That's a
boy.
really good
That's a,
question.
boy,
man.
some deep questions, boys.
Very deep pause.
I
Yo.
mean, historical. Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah. let's
Or
talk about
fiction,
it.
you know. It could be
I'm
fiction.
gonna be honest with you. Like, I would probably have to say either Huey
Okay.
Okay.
or probably Dr. King.
Ooh, I like that. That's the first.
Yeah.
It's different.
Different. I appreciate it.
And here's the thing, like I'm the type of person, like I just appreciate that era and time frame so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
They stepped out like of what the norm was, and they did their own shit.
It was different.
Yeah,
right.
Like
Huey
people
Newton.
were people, and sometimes I have this conversation, like when you speak about life, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep, but when you speak about life, navigating from a real place, trying to understand what there's something happening right now, right? This is a podcast and it's every day, and you guys.
No, this is not a podcast.
This is
But
not a
no.
podcast.
Actually,
We call it
you're
not a
right.
podcast.
This is not a
Yeah.
podcast.
This is actually
Not a podcast.
A show.
It's just a show.
It's not a podcast. Okay.
It's the total opposite.
Yo, we played the
of-
whole song saying this is not a podcast. Go ahead.
Nothing's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No. But when you speak to that, it's like how much do you stand for something?
Mhm.
How much? Like if you ask like, okay, you stand on certain things. How much?
Right.
Are you willing to die for that?
Most people are not 10 toes.
A lot of people.
Are you willing to die for that?
Right.
A lot of people
When you
won't.
speak to people who believe so much that they should have better, that they were willing to die for that.
Yeah.
That's a great conversation to have
Right,
with
right.
him, man. No,
That's some
he's
deep-
right.
nah,
Yeah, that's
100%.
right.
You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? They were literally laying down their lives in honor of
For the movement, for the cause.
we want and deserve more.
And they lost their lives to that.
Right.
A lot of them
the
did.
cause.
A lot of them did.
Nice.
Like-
On so many different levels.
Yeah.
You can get into the conversation about ethnic
with that.
differency, but
Yeah.
even in ethnic differences, everybody had the struggle of we want and believe so much that we deserve this. We're willing to sacrifice in a real way.
Yeah, that's a good ass. That's a good ass answer.
That was probably one of the best ones, to be honest.
Yeah. deep,
All right.
both.
Number 5.
five, last
So,
one.
I'm gonna
Let's
say 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 brands, and you got to say bad or good.
Okay. I respect that. Let's
Right?
do that.
Let's go.
Coogee,
Good.
Okay.
Let's go.
Polo.
Good.
I might say this wrong, but we grew up on this. Jabot.
Oh, the mother's
Jabbar.
Jabro.
Jabbar. Remember Jabro? Jabbar.
Jabot jeans.
Strap.
Jabot jeans.
I'm
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
old school
nice.
clothing.
No. That's a little before my time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't talk about numbers.
Okay, there you go.
But I think that they had a moment. They definitely. If
They
I had to
100% had a
go,
moment.
if I had to go 1 through 5, 1 being the least, 5 being the most, I would probably say like a good 4.
Okay.
I'll say 5.
Because only because here's the thing.
yeah.
They had a moment, but let's speak to relevancy.
Right.
They
It
done.
never transferred into
Never
right
done.
now.
They
yeah,
done,
like,
yeah.
It didn't like
The
keep
moment
going,
was
yeah.
great.
Stand the test of
right?
time.
Till
Yeah,
this
that's
day,
what I meant.
people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, but do you remember them Jabot jeans?"
Yeah.
Not everyone can say
Not
yeah.
everybody
but-
say
I had the
Right.
whole suit.
Those who
Yeah,
know
that's
know.
bullshit.
It was a moment,
100%.
Yeah.
right?
All right, that makes sense.
Okay.
4. I'll take the
Yeah.
4.
I take the solid 4.
Mesquite.
Mesquite.
The splash.
I don't
of
think
the
he knows
paints.
what that is.
Yeah, the
You
splash.
know
of
what's
the
crazy?
paints.
I vaguely remember Mesquite.
Remember the splash?
Yeah.
They used to
They did a
splash
whole bunch of
paint.
like splash shit.
Paint
Book
splash.
of Old Head,
Fingerprints.
man.
I'm
Yeah.
doing old school brand. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
I
No,
didn't, you know.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got 2 more.
Okay.
Sean John.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Oh, that's tough right now. These days it's tough
That's a
right
tough
now.
It's a sticky topic.
Yeah, that could be a
Indifferent.
We don't got enough time for that one, bro.
All right. You know. Okay. So last was Pele Pele.
Definitely top 5, whatever.
There you go.
Classic. Pele,
Those were the-
classic. And those are books. Famous 5 questions, man.
Certified. No,
So
that was solid. That
there
was
you go.
solid. That was solid.
So, man, that was the last segment. That's the hot seat. Right now, we'd like to ask you, Aaron, if you got anything you want to promote, anything
Yes.
you want
Shout out.
coming up,
Yes,
shout out,
yes.
look at the camera, show love. you know what I mean?
Listen, shout out to y'all, first of all.
Appreciate it.
No.
Appreciate
First and
you, man.
foremost,
Shout out to you, man.
y'all.
Shout out to you.
I appreciate y'all having me. This was a great vibe. I'm very comfy.
Let's
if you
go.
haven't noticed.
My man.
No, I appreciate it. And shout out to the brand RTA.
Okay.
Shout out to that.
You know, we doing things.
Nice.
You
Let's
know what
go.
I mean? We're doing
Let's go.
things.
Looking
but again,
forward to the future.
this conversation has been about productivity, development, growth, all these things. There's a lot happening.
Let's
go.
go.
Appreciate
And I
respect
I
that.
commend you because this is fire.
We appreciate
man.
it. We appreciate it.
This is
Yeah, bro.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Holly Bugs.
Yeah, it's your boy Watts.
It's your boy Grizzly Green.
And this is not a podcast.
Let's go.
Shout out to my man, the
Peace.
Taylor Rockstar.
Yes, sir.
This is not a podcast.
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 This is not a podcast.